Good morning and slightly in the afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, with Adventurous Stampin, and today it's all about keeping it simple or stepping it up. And today we are making goodie bags or treat bags or make and takes, whatever you want to call them. And it's going to be easy and simple. And I want to show you that because, I don't know about you, but I have 155 trick-or-treaters. And how do I know? Because I always give them their goodies in a bag so I can count, because they start right before dark. They bring all the little kids come. Once it gets dark, usually up to 8:30, 9 o'clock, we have trick-or-treaters going up and down our street because we have a haunted area created in the cul-de-sac of our street, and so it brings all the trick-or-treaters by. So with that, let's go down the hands and let me show you how we're going to tell you three different designs that are all quick and easy. All right, so let's go down the hands and see what we got going. First thing I'm going to show you is when we have that many trick-or-treaters, we got to have an easy way to process stuff, right? So what I wanted to show you is, and I did this both for Saturday when we created for kids in the hospital, and we did over 103 cards. 103 cards is what we made. All right, so here I've got a mat. This is a cutting mat. And what I've done is I've got here a 6x6 black piece of paper. And just to make life simpler for you, when you do projects like this, is go ahead. This is one of my things I'm cutting out for we're going to use today. And line up as many dies as you can. Oops, you can't see them. Let me reverse it for you. Line up as many dies that you can. Okay, so I've got these little bitty dies. It's bats. And then this is one of the things we're going to be making right here. I'm going to push this back just a little bit. So instead of using the extra plate here, I'm using a cutting mat. And it actually goes through a lot simpler. And all we're going to do, and I would tell you whatever you want to cut, you're going to use the color black, line it up. And we're just going to rotate it. Going to cut it all in one sweep. So if you've never done this before, this is a great way to sit there. In this particular case, I've got some bats now to add what I already have, and put that aside. And then I also have part of what I'm going to be making today. So I'm using it all, right? And all you do is poke it out. So I load up as many things as I can. See what you got? In one sweep, just to make it easier. Okay, so let me get this out of the way because I just want to show you that trick. I don't want you to think that I go through here and crank this 1,000 times or something, because I do not. I'm not interested in a workout. I just want to get stuff ready for my trick-or-treaters, right? So let's take the first one right here. And I've listed all these in the comments so that if you want to look at them or if you're interested in them, it'll go directly to my site. But this is what we call a mini pocket envelope. And you can actually, this is DSP paper, and you can actually do 2 of these at a time if you wanted to. Here's the envelope right here, and the items you can add to it. So you can see with the ridges right here, you can easily make 2 of these one time. It's only because the designer series paper is thinner than cardstock, all right? So some cardstock you can, but in a lot of cases you can't. So what's nice about this is it already provides you the score lines, right? So if you're out there, say hello, and I'll see what I can say. So anyway, we've got score lines here. They were already done when you die cutted the paper. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to adhere it together. So you can do it either with liquid glue or adhesive. And then the boo, we die cut out, and this is actually in the glow-in-the-dark paper, which I showed that previously. And then we also have this cute little guy here that is in the Trick or Treats stamp set and package deal. So I actually did, just let you know, so that's just stamping, right, and die cutting. So this one I did, the guy right here. So we used a lot of these on Saturday when we made the cards for the kids. It was just easy to do, cute and simple. All right, so there's my envelope, and this candy wasn't for me to eat. We'll let this dry a second, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue here, just to get this to stay, right? If you're doing this in an office, right, it's easy to put this in anywhere you want. And I'm just gonna put a little dab right here too. The whole thing doesn't have to go down because I need it to flex a little bit, right? Because I'm gonna put candy in here. So I'm putting him right here. And then my bag is ready. So I'm gonna set this aside and let it dry a moment, and then we'll come back and we'll put some candy in there, okay? So I'm gonna show you how that looks. All right, and this is that glow in the dark paper. It's on back order right now, but it'll be in soon. All right, the next one we're gonna do, I've already cut this out. I've got some ribbon here too. Okay, this is what we call a cracker. Now this again, this is the Cracker and Treat Box dies. This is an online exclusive out there still. And here it is. So it's not just for right now. You can use this any time of the year for any event. And so I just chose to use it with this pretty paper right here because this is going to be an easy way for me to close this up. And I made sure my skeletons, I was going to get enough skeletons in here. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some liquid glue right here, just a little. And we're just going to close these last laps. So again, might as well keep the glue out. Again, these are already scored. These lines are scored, so all you got to do is fold on the score lines. And this is DSP, right? So I can actually do these 2 at a time, which makes it easier. And then all I'm going to do down here is we're going to close this up like this here. So these are actually scored as well. And I'm just going to put some ribbon to close it. And this one, just grab this one here. This is the black and white. I'm going to have to let that dry just a little bit longer. So it's black and white. So there's 2 of them out there, right? There is a vanilla and black. And I think it's just a little bit thicker. And I think it's on back order at the moment. I don't know if it came in or not. It just came out in the new catalog. And this is black and white that was actually in the annual catalog. So let me give that a moment to dry for us. But we're actually just going to close this up. And while that's drying, I'm just going to put this boo here. So it's just a simple sentiment, right? It's going to have candy in here. I'm going to put boo. Now this this is too thick to die cut 2 at a time. You would have to most probably put a shim in there and see if you could do 2 at a time. And while that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead and put the ribbon in here. So I actually took this tool here, and on this tool on the opposite side, this is the picking tool. It's got here where it's got a point on it, sharp point, where you can actually punch a hole with a mat underneath it. So that's what I did to get my hole, just so you know. And then I'm just going to take my ribbon here, and I'm just going to have to unfold it just a little bit. I believe I can thread it through here live with you. Right, it's all about, can you do it live? Hello, Debbie Bertner. Whoop, whoop. Debbie, I know you like to make things for people at the office and all this. These are quick and easy ways to sit there and do that. And they go well with any cards you create too. Alright, so let me go down the bottom. So when I close this up, I'm just going to do old school. So it looks like this. I'm just going to do your old school square knot. Okay? So an old school square knot is from Girl Scout days and with military, whatever. Left over right, and then I'm going to come around and do right over left, and you take it under like that and pull it, and you got your basic square knot. And actually, I might end up doing that on the top. I was going to make a bow, but I'm thinking that was much simpler, right? So yeah, I'm just going to trim it down. So this is ready. So this is what's really cool. So see, I'm not particular about candy. I just make sure that when I give out trick-or-treat snacks to anybody, I always make sure I got at least 2 pieces of candy. So I was able to fit 2 pieces of candy in here. I don't remember what those were. I think they were Kit Kats. But these are, so my candy is from those bags right now that you can get, right? Everybody's got them out there for Halloween, where you can get the big bag, whether there's, I don't know, 50 pieces, 100 pieces to a bag. So that's basically what I'm operating from. Yes, you need to get the cracker die because that's on online exclusive. So it's one of those things that once it's gone, it's gone. And it's, you know, it is so great for not only right now, but at Christmas time, it's really great. Now see, I could easily make a bow which I had planned on doing, but really and truly, I think I'm just going to do a square knot. So, there you go, left over right, and then I'm going to do right over left again. So yeah, I've got one on both sides, that's okay. I have never found kids not being able to get to their candy. Big kids or little kids. Because these boxes, all you gotta do is pull them and they'll come apart. But see, that's just cute and simple. And I just put Boo on here. We could put some bats on here if we wanted to, right? Bats are optional. You just have to decide. Let's at least put one. Because last week I had a bunch of these I had ready to go. And these are some leftovers. So that's just how easy that is to put one right there. Okay. Frankenstein here is Mr. Cuteness there. Let's see how we got going candy here for you. So I've got one, because it's important for me, no matter what I create, I have to be able to get 2 pieces of candy. Unless you just want to do one, that is up to you, but I do 2. Okay, so this one I'm going to have to be a little bit more gentler with it. There we go. Alright, well I can get 2 in there, and that's the most important thing, and I can give it away. Alright, so let's go to the third one. So the third one is actually, it's going to be a sort of a box shape, and we've made these before at our retreats and all. Let me put these pieces aside. So here is the die. This is a Trick or Treats die, which is what a little Frankenstein and all is done. And I've got to cut the ghost out of here. I've also cut the haunted house out of here. So the stamp set with this, and here we go. And we got these guys too. So the to cut this Trick or Treat dies includes the Trick or Treat box. I showed it to you earlier, die cutting, so that's what's not in here now. So again, just like the other, now you have to die cut 2 of these, okay, to make the box. I'm trying to see if I can see my lines on this one as good as I could the other one. So just the easiest way to do is just like we do on anything else, is where's your score lines and fold in your score lines. But you have to have 2 of these because this is going to make a little box, and this will definitely hold more than 2 pieces of candy. Alright, so now the easiest way to assemble these is you want to make sure you're going to have 2 sides that are going to come together. Alright, so these are going to come together like this, and the short end is going to come together just like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put some glue here on the shorter sides. And I do this. I do like to sit there and fold the score lines just so I can see where everything's at, right? Because when you make the box or anything else, you want to make sure it lines up at the very edge, because that's what gives it the sharp look, right? Okay, I'm going to come over to the other side and do the same thing. And then we at least have the outline of our box, right? And then we just have to do the bottom of the box. But again, it's the main thing is just to get it all straight. Now it's up to you. I do have a piece of DSP that I cut that I'm going to put on this. So that is your preference if you might want to do that before you glue everything down or you wait. It's personal preference. I'm indifferent either way because I have a tendency just to go. This die here that I got here with the box is the Trick or Treats dies. So it also die cuts the face of Frankenstein, and it also die cuts this face, and let's see, I've put them all also, I've listed them all also underneath. It also die cut the ghost as well as the haunted house and all. So yeah. Alright, so I've got my main box here, and I'm just going to do the bottom here. Now with the bottom, I'm just going to sit there and take the corner flaps here. Bottom, a little glue there, and I'm just going to fold carefully without getting glue all over me. So I've got that down, and then we're just going to have to put some glue right here too on the edge to get the rest of this down to finish forming your box. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that just a moment, and hopefully that, so you just, at this point you just have to decide which side you like the best, right? I got to hold on to it a minute just for that glue to really set, because it's not set yet. I'm wondering if I have any. Alright, if you have carpenter's tape, I would have your carpenter's tape handy, because the nice thing is you can use that carpenter's tape to hold something like this down and it comes off without ripping it all up. Okay, Alright, so I went ahead. This is just a smidgen less than 3 inches. So here's my piece, and let's see if you can see it here. If you come across, this is the 3-inch line, and I just came off just a smidgen off the line. Just a smidgen. Because this is a smidgen off. So this would look good either way, whether you flip the paper this way or this. One of the DSP sides has to be covered, right? Sorry. I like the skeletons, but I used it for the other. And so this one, I want to show the bones, because I die cut the ghost in glow in the dark. So this is really cool. We actually demoed the glow in the dark stuff. You'd have to go back, looks like a couple of weeks, and showed you how pretty that looks. Alright, and then this is actually a stamped spooky house out of this set that we die cut also, and this is left over from Saturday. And then I'm gonna just put another boo down here. I just made it that simple where everything said boo. You know, you put trick or treat, you put whatever you wanted, but I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna put boo on everything. Now, I do have this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I made the bow in advance, so I wouldn't have any technical difficulties making a bow. I'm gonna one of these days have to show you the bows I make at Christmas time without even batting an eye. So I'm just gonna leave that there as a good. And so we have choices here. We have leftover glow-in-the-dark items from last week. And then I've also got the bats I've done in black. So I'm definitely, because I did these and showed you how to do these earlier, I'm definitely gonna add some of these guys. Most likely gonna add 2 or 3 of them. And then I am gonna add a glow-in-the-dark 1 or 2, because I have room, right? In fact, I think this little guy is gonna go right up here on this house. Haunted house, because I can. That's the beauty of something like this, right? You can do whatever you want to do. Now these guys are so tiny that it's just easier to put a little dot of your glue there and then put it down, because these guys are tiny and they are easy to lose too. So if you do them, just keep it in a space that you'll be able to find them, because they look almost like specks of leftover trash maybe, from all your creativity. Oop, stuck to me. Okay, so put them there. Now, we're just gonna put a couple of the glow-in-the-dark ones. Ooh, I even got some bones. Could put some bones on there if I wanted to, but I'm not. Alright, we're just gonna stick to the bats. Okay, these guys are a little bit bigger because these are designed so you can actually stamp them and then turn around and die cut them, which I didn't. So I'm gonna put one there. I'm gonna just put one down here because I can. Right? Everything we do is because we can, right? It's your creation. You can do whatever you want to do. And there we go. So we have the box that we got right here. And it's gotta dry just a moment so I can put in there the candy. And I have the glow in the dark here. Now these were on back order. I thought I was gonna use them, but I ended up, if I do it, let's put it. We can put one on something else in a minute. Alright, so let me show you what we've got. So, this is the mini envelope, which is, I think this one also is on the online exclusive, but the Frankenstein and Boo is actually in the new mini catalog. This one here is the tag and all, is right here with all the groups we're in. This is the cracker and treat right here. We got the black and white ribbon. This tag came out of, let's say it was the first one. Crackers, nope, it didn't. It came out of the second one then. So it's actually, so these are all, so I've got some of these in here. So this one, this tag actually came out of the mini pocket. And so it's a combo here and the ribbon here. And this is just your DSP, and then here's our box. So you can see, you could easily, gosh, there's 3 pieces right there. So you can easily put down more than 3 pieces. I tell you, the other thing I might put in here too is either some pretzels, or when I go to the nursing home and make for them, I might put in, they love those pirate booty. I might just put some in a bag and stick it in there, and it would fit in there too. But that's just a nice size gift as well. So those are 3 easy die cutting items that you can see that we made, and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? It's all about what we can do. In my particular case, to get things ready for 155 trick-or-treaters, which I do have some of them already made, but I still have more to make, right? So I will be ready for Halloween. And they're quick and easy. This is quick and easy for Christmas, right around the corner. This is quick and easy for Thanksgiving. It is quick and easy to set up and use as table decor and have some surprise in there for people. So any of those things are so easy to do. So there's no reason that you can't go out there and create, right? Create, make, and share with others, because that's what it's all about. So like I said, I'll put all those items in the comments, so if you want to see them or look at them, the link's there, and I'll take you directly to my site and show you what those look like and show you some other examples. And with that, be blessed and go out there and create something and share. Look forward to seeing you next week on Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Bye.